How many times have you felt angry, but your heart didn't want to be? Anger arrives like a wave, sudden, intense, yet it leaves us drained and conflicted, because deep down, we never wanted to hurt anyone. So why do we still get angry? Perhaps something inside us is crying for help. Maybe anger isn't a mistake, but a signal, a quiet whisper from the soul. A part of us longs to be seen, to be held, to be heard. This video is a short journey for you and me to walk gently into the heart of anger, not to judge it, but to understand and begin to heal. Shall we begin? Part 1, when we're angry but our heart doesn't want to be. How many times have we gotten angry at someone we deeply love? The anger bursts out like a wildfire, even though deep down we never wanted it to happen. It's as if something inside us takes over, a force we can't seem to control. And after the shouting, the frustration, all we're left with is emptiness and regret. The Buddha taught that anger is not an enemy coming from the outside. It arises from within. When we lack understanding, when patience runs thin, when we fail to see the true nature of suffering. Anger is a form of wounded energy, a cry for help, a longing to be heard, to be healed. So when we find ourselves angry, don't rush to reject it. Look at your anger as you would a crying child. It needs to be embraced with understanding. No one heals anger by suppressing it. Only compassion and mindfulness can do that. Part 2. Why do we get angry even when we don't want to? Have you ever asked yourself, I didn't want to get angry, so why did I explode? The answer lies deep in the subconscious, where past wounds, hidden longings, and unmet desires quietly steer our emotions. When someone acts against our wishes, it's often not them who make us angry, but our inner expectations rising up to protest. We want our child to behave, the other person to understand, life to be gentle. And when it doesn't go that way, frustration turns into fire. Anger doesn't come from the outside. It's born from within, from our unseen expectations. When we can't recognize this, we're swept away like a small boat caught in a storm. But with mindfulness, we pause and realize, this is my reaction. They're not making me angry. I'm being stirred within. And from that insight, we finally learn to let go. Part 3. Anger is not a reaction. It's a cry. Anger is not always a reaction against someone. Sometimes it's a silent cry from within, a buried plea from wounds that haven't healed. When we get angry, we often think someone did us wrong. But in truth, anger is often a reflection of pain that hasn't been held. Maybe we were ignored. Maybe we gave our all and were never seen. Maybe we longed for love, but received indifference. And today, one small act is enough to reopen those old wounds. Anger is not just an emotion, it's a signal that a part of us is asking to be heard. If we can sit with that anger without judgment, we may finally hear the true voice of our heart. Please see me. Please understand me. Part 4. Behind anger lies an unnamed pain. No one is born wanting to be angry. No one wants to hurt the ones they love. But sometimes unspoken feelings, wounds we've ignored for too long, begin to scream in the loudest way. Anger is just the outer layer. Beneath it is loneliness, hurt, misunderstanding. Many get angry not because of what's happening now, but because of something old that was never healed. A cold stare, a careless word, can awaken memories we thought we forgot. To truly move through anger, we don't need to suppress it, but to listen to the silent cry of our wounded heart. Part 5. Listen, don't punish. Each time anger rises, pause for a moment, not to punish yourself, but to truly listen. Ask gently, what is hurting inside me? Is there a part of me crying out for help? Sometimes just one deep breath or a quiet embrace from within is enough to soften the rage, like fog dissolving under morning sunlight. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to stay calm all the time. You only need enough love to return to yourself with the tenderness you once lacked. Because anger doesn't need to be defeated. It only needs to be understood. You see, anger doesn't need to be erased. It simply longs to be heard. Like a child crying in the night, anger is the voice of forgotten love. Every time you return and embrace it, you're not just healing your anger, you're healing a wounded part of yourself. Take a deep breath, be gentle with yourself, because you deserve love, even in your most angry moments.